rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo. Party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rocker and Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the premier Knicks in the Nighttime joint, the Knicks at Night podcast. Salute to all my lovely Knicks fans out there, Knicks family. Salute. I'm glad y'all are here so we can talk that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? 2-0, baby. Let's go. Kerry Cox is in the building. The son of the legend is in the building. Let's go. Virtuoso is in the building. Miguel P is in the building. Salute. Bruh, we have a lot to talk about. Tori B is in the building. Tori B in the Ribs is in the building. Backbone, bro. Ribs, I ain't gonna front, bro. Like when you hit me up, I was like in a Wendy's drive-thru when you hit me up. Like, yo, the thing's still going. I didn't even know. I ain't even know, man. I had been running all day, bro. All day. I ain't even know. Man, so man, thank you for that. Ribs, salute. Thank you for the support, bro. Good looking out, my guy. For real, man. Salute. Tori B says it wasn't pretty, but I'll take it for sure. For sure. I gotta hey Ribs, you need to email me, man, because I'll be sending out the emails before every show, and I don't think you want it, bro. And we got to have you on it. It's too important. It's too important not to have you on it. So hey, just email me, and then I'll be including you on the email and stuff. It's just like when I sent the thing out, I was like, yo, why he not on here? So just send me a random email, man, and then I'll include you on all that stuff. I wasn't leaving you out. I just didn't notice. So, but I got a thing I want to talk about up front, just real quick. So here goes. You know what, Knicks fan? This one just felt different. Tonight wasn't just another regular season win. This was a message game. The Knicks didn't just beat the Celtics, they broke them down. They did it without shooting the lights out, without a 50-point night from Jalen Brunson, and without relying on hot streaks from deep. They did it the old-fashioned way, rebounding, defense, and pure heart. And trust me, you're going to hear that word heart again tonight. Trust me, you're going to hear that word heart again numerous times, right? Let's keep it real. Shooting 38.4% from the field usually means you lost the game, but not tonight. The Knicks dominate the glass, 58-41. 20 offensive rebounds. That's not luck. That's willpower. That's Mike Brown basketball. That's a team that's saying, if we can't make shots, we'll just go get them. We'll just go get them again, right? Like if you can't make it, just go get the board and just keep trying, keep trying. And nobody embodied that better than Josh Hart. 14 rebounds and a shade under 19 minutes. I don't know, it's like 18 minutes and some change, right? Right. Let that sink in. That's not a stat. That's a tone setter. Every loose ball, every second chance tip, every scramble under the rim, Josh Hart was there. Coming off back spasms. He plays like he's got 10 brothers on the court and they're all dependent on him to bring home dinner, right? What we saw from Cat, 26 points, 13 rebounds, but more than that, his energy, his fight, and his presence. This isn't the Minnesota version of Cat that lived on the perimeter. This is a new version. A Cat that's not afraid to bang, defend, and lead, right? Y'all can tell Mike Brown is demanding a different kind of toughness from him, and he's responding. He's just not fitting in. He's buying in, and there's a difference. There's a difference of coming in and fitting in, and then there is a buying in. And you're going to hear fitting in and buying again tonight with two other players. Two new players, I think, are trying to fit in instead of buying in. And once they buy in, I think you'll see the difference. Mr. Steady, 31 points, controlling the tempo, taking over when needed. Brunson's game has a quiet, what's the word I'm looking for? Brunson's game has a quiet ferocity to it. He's not the loudest dude in the gym, but when it's time to close, he's ice cold, right? Ice cold. You can feel his leadership dripping through the entire roster. Make no mistake, this wasn't about offense. This was about identity, right? Boston came in trying to prove that early loss was a fluke. No Jason Tatum tonight. We won't see him for a while. But that doesn't excuse how New York imposed, the Knicks imposed their will, because the Knicks are showing that they can win games where they don't shoot well, where other teams have more talent on paper, and where things get physical. That's what championship teams do, right? Let's talk about this idea. Defense wins championships, right? It's cliche. It's true. You can't depend on jumpers every night. You can't depend on refs giving you calls, but you can depend on defense. And you're going to hear that again tonight, maybe when we talk about Deuce, right? A little foreshadowing. You can depend on rebounding. You can depend on hustle. Those things travel. And tonight, the Knicks look like a team that's building a foundation for something real. The big question now is, can we sustain it? Because this style of play takes everything out of you. It's effort, night in and night out. The bruises pile up, the fatigue builds. But when you have guys like Hart, Brunson, Towns leading by example, you start to believe that they can keep it up, especially if the bench of our bench guys, right? Especially if our bench guys can continue to come through and show effort, right? This is what this win over Boston is not just about the box score. It wasn't about the stats. It was about a statement. Boston is at a place where the Boston Celtics are legitimately at a place, everybody, where they cannot beat the Knicks. Whether it's mental, whether it's real, the Boston Celtics are at a place where they can't beat the Knicks. And it's not even about injuries. It's not even about personnel. The Knicks, I don't care what anybody say, right, about this. I don't care what anybody say. I just want you to think about it. And I won't say I don't care what anybody think. Let me rephrase that. That's a slang and it's kind of offensive. How about this? I would offer you this. The Knicks have the Celtics' heart in the palm of their hand. Right? The Knicks legitimately have the Celtics' heart in the palm of their hand to do with whatever they want with it. Right? Because last year's playoff defeat of Boston wasn't a fluke. Right? That wasn't a fluke. We were up 2-1 with a lead. I think it was the fourth quarter, with a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter when Jason Tatum went down. We were legit about to be up 3-1 when Jason Tatum got hurt. They were going to lose that series regardless. Right? They were going to lose that series because the Knicks looked dominant. The Knicks looked dominant. And they looked dominant again tonight. Right? It didn't look like, the Knicks didn't look like, it wasn't beautiful basketball. Right? In a sense, it wasn't beautiful offensive basketball. But in the core essence of what basketball is, hustle, toughness, selflessness, being unselfish, cheering on your teammates, all that stuff in the basic sense, the Knicks had that in spades tonight. They had it the other night against Cleveland. Right? Because all these teams, every team in the NBA is saying what Mike Brown is saying. Hey, we got to play faster. We need to put up more threes. We need to do this. We need to do that. Every team in the NBA is saying that. Because at first, when I first heard it, I thought, hey, man, that's something new for the Knicks and blah, blah, blah. And then the more I see other teams, the more I realize all those teams are saying that. Right? All these teams are saying stuff like that, right? But what all these teams can't do is just come at you in waves with sustainable hustle and grit. The Boston Celtics scored, 95 points? When they shot, look at this, everybody. I just want to, the number is so crazy. I'm going to find it, right? The number is so crazy. I think they took 41 threes. I think they scored, they took 41, they took 44 3-pointers. They took 44 3-pointers and scored 95 points. The Boston Celtics took 44 3-pointers, right? Right. 44 threes. And he scored 95 points. That's something. That's defense, man. I'm going to give our guys some credit because at one point in the game, Boston was shooting 47%. I think it was the second quarter. I think the Boston was shooting 46, 47% from the field. And then all of a sudden, clamps came out. Deuce McBride, man. Deuce McBride, bro. Man. Deuce McBride, bro. Derek White and Peyton Pritchard combined 7 for 28 from the floor. Peyton Pritchard and Derek White combined for 25% from the floor. 4 for 18 from 3. Now, I'm not saying that Deuce locked down everybody, but what I am saying is his contribution to defense was very impactful. Very impactful. Very impactful. Want to give some credit to Jalen Brunson's defense too, right? Jalen Brunson wasn't a stopper, but he allowed his defense, his contribution to defense allowed OG and Shamit and Mikal Bridges to have to get deflections, save balls, man, get extra possessions. East Blue Drew, I saw that. Yeah, I saw your comment on Nick of Time show. Yeah, I saw your comment on Nick of Time show. That's yo, and to your point, man, when Mitch get back, bro. When Mitch get back, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Things are gonna be different. Right. Things are gonna be really different when Mitch gets back. And I very much look forward to it. I very much look forward to when Mitchell Robinson gets back. There were a couple of stretches in the game when I would say there were a couple stretches during the game when I would say it felt like Boston was trying to upset us. Yeah. Boston hit some the guy off the Hauser hit an incredible shot in the corner. He was smothered and he hit that shot anyway. But I'll say this. That I've seen a resilience in this Knicks team. Because we came out the third quarter. Y'all know, y'all saw the third quarter. I don't have to tell y'all what happened in the third quarter. Y'all saw it. Third quarter come, they 2 games in a row. Third quarter come, 2 games in a row. We come out straight up flat. Right. LI1 in the building. Prezi is in the building. Salute. I thought I saw Rasul in the building too. Salute. I think Boston was trying to take it to us. I think Boston really wanted to prove a point that they didn't, that we didn't have their heart. And you could see towards the end of the game, they just kept trying and kept trying and kept trying and kept trying. And they kept getting turned away and 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 kept getting turned away. This win over the Celtics to me is more impressive than the win over Cleveland. Right. And it's no disrespect to Cleveland. It's no disrespect to Cleveland. Right. But letting the Boston Celtics franchise know that you own them and then proving that you own them is difficult. That's something, man. Before I get into before I talk about Josh Hart, I want to ask y'all, man, what's going on with Ariel Hukporti? Have y'all heard? Anybody heard anything about Ariel Hukporti? Why he didn't play? Anybody heard about Ariel Hukporti? I didn't. I was at the hockey game watching the game. I was at the hockey game watching the game. And so people at the hockey game was like, come on, bro, you watching basketball at a hockey game? Yeah. One said, yeah, I hear it. You know? Right. Miguel P says, Coach says because Celts started a bunch of guards. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Either way. Either way. Okay. Josh Hart. Josh Hart, right? Josh Hart is my guy. Right? Josh Hart is my guy. Randall, what's good? Josh Hart is my guy. And I'm excited about the fact that he came back and had an impact. On Paul TV says, saw a report that Huck Party would start in place of Mitch and not play when he doesn't. Okay. I'm not for sure how to take that either. I'm not for sure how to take that. Not sure how to take that, man. You know. Yeah, that's weird. Josh Hart's energy though is infectious. And I could almost say I didn't want to say it when I was watching it. Right. I didn't want to say it when I was watching it, but what I did want to say is that Josh Hart is impactful. Josh Hart is very impactful. OG came back down to earth a little bit. Deuce's offense came back down to earth a little bit. Josh Hart, though, man, I just can't see. And I know we talk about trades a lot, but I just can't see a world where the Knicks are without Josh Hart in this role that he's in right now. Josh Hart does stuff that I think you can't really get from a lot of guys. Like, he has a nose for the basketball. Right. It's the combination of things. I'm not saying that Josh Hart should be the starter of his own team. I'm not saying Josh Hart's a franchise player. What I'm saying is for our team, he's a perfect fit. And Miguel P asked, do we lose this game without him tonight? No, I don't think so. I think OG has another monster game. I think OG probably would have had another monster game if Josh Hart wouldn't have played. But at the same time, it made OG Anunoby's job easier tonight, coming off a monster game with Josh Hart being available. So if Josh doesn't play, I think we still win. I think we still win. And I think but I think we win in a different looking way. I think we win in a different looking way. Right? Because the Knicks took 86 shots, 45 of them were 3-pointers. Right? More than half of the Knicks shots were 3-pointers. That defense held that Boston team to 82 shots. The Knicks shot 38.4% from the floor and took 86 shots. That's the second game in a row that the Knicks took 86 shots. East Blue Jews. This is one of the things that I wanted to talk about too. One of the things that I say a lot about, one of the things that I say a lot during the summertime is, instead of us having the narrative conversations, we should be having basketball conversations. See, because the basketball stuff is something that we can control, right? We can control the basketball conversations because we can point to data. But the narrative conversations, we can't have those conversations. Right? So, hey, Sar salute says Deuce was the man again tonight. Clutch threes and a big clutch block. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Josh Hart's energy was very impressive. And I think when you have three guys going out hustling all over the place, when you add a fourth and fifth guy, now it's like they can't even get into their half court sets. They couldn't even get into half court sets. Some of the threes they were taking were predictable threes. And now I understand that they don't have a true point guard depth. I understand that. That happens. I'm not going to cry for the Celtics, though. I'm not going to cry for the Celtics. Everybody gets a turn. I think the saying goes, every dog has its day. The Celtics had their day. Somebody else's turn now. And one of the other things I'll mention about Josh is the liberties you can take as a transition player with Josh on the floor. Right? When you see Josh into the fray, you can just take off. As a wing player, you see Josh headed to the rim for the offensive rebound or defensive rebound, you can take off. Right? You could just take off. Because you get rewarded in transition by running the floor. Josh is a difference maker. Now, was I frustrated with Josh about the back spasms thing? I'm like, come on, Josh. Come on, Josh. What are we doing, man? I know you're a vet. I know you need that time, but come on, man. I leave this game with questions. I leave this game with questions, and these questions are not what's the word I'm looking for? These questions are not angry questions or bad questions. These questions are more like, I don't understand and I need more information. Right? So the questions I have are this. My number one question is this. Why is it that I feel like Jordan Clarkson and Gershon Yabusele are pressing? To me, it feels like those guys are looking to be a part as opposed to just doing their job. It feels like the kids that transfer to a new school, like the kids that transfer to the new school and they wear Jordan a different pair of Jordans to school every day. And you like, bro, you got your people with you buying you like a pair of Jordans for every day? I'm like, nah, man. Just come in here. And Rebs, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna explain that because I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna explain it, right? We know that Gershon Yabusele is great at a certain thing. We know that Jordan Clarkson is great at a certain thing. And so what I'm going to ask those veteran players to do is do the things that you're great at, right? Those things that got you here are the things that we need. You don't have to press. This team is good, right? Jordan, when's the last time Jordan Clarkson played on a great team? I don't know. He's on one now, though. So you don't have to be a superhero. You can just be a contributor. And Gershon Yabusele is coming from a bad situation in Philly. You don't have to come here and worry about being the backup center or the backup such and such. Just come here and play your game, man. Do all the team concepts, but the stuff that you're great at, just do those things. Right? Just do those things. All we need for you to do is be the best version of yourself. We don't need you to be Zion. Right? And Jordan Clarkson, we don't need you to be Jamal Crawford. Right? We need Jordan Clarkson to be the best version of Jordan Clarkson. And we need Gershon Yabusele to be the best version of Gershon Yabusele. Like, we don't need Jamal Crawford. We don't need Zion Williamson. All we need is those guys to be the best version of themselves. And at time, I'm sorry, not at time, but in time, or at times, I'm sorry, at times during this game, you saw like, okay, what are we doing? Like, I don't even remember Clarkson. Oh, the three. I remember Clarkson hitting the three. I remember Clarkson hitting the three for the timeout, right? And Gershon Yabusele, I don't even remember like major, you know. The irony, though, is Jordan Clarkson had a plus 12 plus minus. Something about that unit. I think what I need from them guys, for those guys, and this is not a criticism. If there is a way to get them to be the best version of themselves as quickly as we can, I think this team takes another step. John Bryce in the building says this was a good win. I think it was a great win, man. I think it was a great win. And not piling on. I think it was a great win. For a number of things. First of all, for those of y'all that are superstitious, for y'all that are superstitious, and you remember Friday Night Knicks, every Friday Night Knicks, you're like, oh man, we play on Friday night. It don't matter who we play, we're gonna lose. So there's that part of it. So we overcame that, right? Yeah. Hey, Ribs, I see that. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Basically, what I'm getting at is once Clarkson and Yabusele get accustomed to being Knicks, the NBA better look out. We're winning without Mitchell Robinson, right? We're winning without the best versions of Gershon Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson, and we're still winning. Nick Yak in the building says, team win, we won the game by out-rebounding. I wish I would give Deuce McBride some credit at times, bro. Like, legit at times when I talk about Deuce, when Deuce is not as great and I say something about him, it seems like I'm a Deuce hater. Then when he does look good, I'm trying to give him credit and we're talking about other stuff. Right? No shade on Nick Yak. Y'all get what I'm saying, though. Y'all get what I'm saying. Like, defensively, it's amazing. It's amazing what a point of attack defender can look like when his wings are free to be disruptive. And then when you add Mitchell Robinson to that, all I'm going to say is the pieces are there for this team to be dominant, right? I don't want to jump out of the window, right? But the Knicks aren't even shooting the ball yet. Like, the ball's not even going in the rim yet like we want. Like, we're not even an average Knicks offense yet. When that offense come around and you still have this hustle and desire and heart and unselfishness and team play and grit, all that together, and then when the shots start going, and then when Mitch come back, Cash rule. Salute to DJ Cash. DJ Cash is in the building. Salute. Cash, I included you in them emails. I bet you ain't read damn one of them. Cash, I bet you ain't read damn one of them emails, right? Yo, I be putting effort in that stuff. Those are my notes. Those are my notes that I'm doing for the show, and I'm just like including y'all in it because I want y'all to kind of understand. Rib says 74-8. Wow. Freddie says, come out and sit in a fire escape with me. Yeah, hey, man. Out the window, bro. Out the window. Nick Yak, hey, Nick Yak, I'm glad you coming over, man. I'm glad you coming over to my side. Now, I know what you said about Kolek. I wasn't there with Kolek. I just needed to see more. Right? Now, the Kolek defense thing is a real thing. I think Kolek's defense is improved. I think Brunson's defense is much improved. I think Deuce's defense is much, much, much improved. I think that man's defense is much, much, much improved. Right? How do you improve on Deuce McBride's defense, right? Hey, you can play defense, trust your teammates now. You're not locked into a thing. Deuce McBride can be the athletic dual threat quarterback out of Moeller High School in Cincinnati now. He can be that guy now. Autism Speaks Knicks is in the building. Salute. Hey, with a ASK, I'm just gonna say this. With 80 games left, I don't know if the Knicks losing 27 times in the next 80 games. You really think the Knicks are going to lose 27 times in the next 80 games? Yeah. Sure, and I saw that. I saw that. I think that's the part that comes. I think that's going to come with it, bro. I think that part of that is just part of that you just got to accept. We can't. And that's like when we see Mitch miss free throws. Don't even get mad. You know that's who he is, man. Just accept him for who he is, because the good stuff will outweigh the bad stuff. The good stuff will outweigh the bad stuff, man. Again, Nick Yak is absolutely right. I didn't see all the bunnies, right? Like, I'm not saying this didn't happen. What I'm saying is I didn't see it. I'm not gonna say all the bunnies. I'll say, yeah, there were some shots that I'd love for us to have try again. Yeah, yeah, man. What's the other topic, man, that I had for you guys? I had another topic here for you guys. Oh, the path forward. The path forward. Can the Knicks sustain this through April? What are y'all thinking? What do y'all think? Is this sustainable? Can this transition defense be sustainable? Can this half-court defense be sustainable? Can the Knicks continue to dominate teams on the board? Can they continue to dominate teams on the board? That's a lot to ask. That's a lot to ask. I'm going to say they can sustain it for a while. And not saying that they can't sustain it forever. I would just like to see them sustain it for a while, and then in a little while, see where we are. Miguel P says they can only get better from here. Hey, the ceiling is the roof. The ceiling is the roof. Right? Cat still has a grade 2 quad strain, playing through pain. Josh Hart is still coming back from back spasms. Mitchell Robinson is still managing a lower leg injury. Right? Our shots are not falling yet. And we played the Miami Heat Sunday, and I think Miami just put up 150 on somebody. I think they just put up 150 on the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, well, 146 on the Memphis Grizzlies. The Miami Heat had 86 points at halftime. They had 86 points at halftime. They took 102 shots. They took 43s and made 19 of them. And they had two 20-point scorers and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They had 8 guys in double figures. They had 8 guys in double figures. Ja Morant was 4 of 16, 0 for 4 from 3. Jaren Jackson played 21 minutes and had 3 rebounds. I'm excited to play Miami this Sunday. Right. Yeah, Nick Yak, we talked about that already, bro. We led the show with that, bro. We led the show with that. Give my guy some credit. Sherwin said, oh, Dripmore is in the building. Salute, Dripmore. And Sherwin says, the Knicks will get manhandled by big, good teams. That didn't happen Wednesday. How many good big teams are there out there? Sharon says we didn't play a big team. Bro, I thought y'all told me Cleveland was big. And Sharon, I saw no disrespect to your point. I saw all them teams play. None of those teams are beating the Knicks in a 7-game series, bro. None of them. I saw how Oklahoma City had their hands full against Indiana. If the referees wasn't giving SGA all those calls, they would have got slaughtered by Indiana. They would you couldn't even breathe on SGA. And yeah, I'm not impressed by OKC. I would venture to say if Deuce is taking his evolutionary step, if Deuce McBride is taking his step, if Kolek is taking his step, right? Hey, Nick Yak, they said it was cramps, bro. They said it was cramps. If Deuce and Kolek are taking a step, and once Jordan Clarkson and Yabusele get used to this, whatever it is, role that they have, I don't think they have anything. Big Tone, Open Sports Talk is in the building. Big Tone, you got him, man. I was just about to wrap up, man. I'm about to lay it. Man, I'm tired as hell. Bro, I've been on the go all day. I tell you what, though, if you go live, man, I might come on over. I might bring my Knicks fans over. Yeah, man. Wiz in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. Them sorry ass Heat. I can't wait till we get our hands on them Sunday. Trash ass Heat. I can't wait to see them Sunday. Top Notch T is in the building. Salute. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, consider becoming a member. Right? The subscription thing, like a lot of things, man, here that are Knicks related, bro. I'm not trying to save the world. Like, this is a place where we just talk that Knicks talk, right? Safe place where we can come in and hang out, man. Just chop it up, talk that Knicks talk. And I appreciate y'all coming through and hanging out with me, man. If y'all can do y'all mans a favor, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for y'all watching. Replay Gang, we love y'all. Right? One of these days we'll do a show where the Replay Gang can actually be in a live stream. One of these days we'll see it. Maybe maybe one of these Saturday or Sunday morning, maybe we could do something so that the Replay Gang can be live in the chat. Right? Lawrence Tears family, man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all and all the support. Right? Y'all have no idea how important y'all are to me and on this journey. The Discord is ready, everybody. So the Discord is ready and ready to be rolled out. I just got to add some branding to it. And I think we're going to do a website. And that way we can have a place where all the Lawrence Tears family have a home where you can see a picture of them, their profile, right? Their opinions about certain topics, right? Are we going to do all that stuff? Interviews, stuff like that is what I'm going to put on this website so y'all can see what the Lawrence Tears family is about, right? Musa, hey, man, salute. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming through and rocking with us. LI Sound, man, all my people, LI1, Nick Yak, Sherwin. Hey, man, y'all better keep giving y'all opinions or I'm going to have to say something to y'all. I appreciate y'all in the chat, holding it down, stating y'all opinion. Man, y'all have no idea what that means to me to see y'all show up in the chat and talk that talk the way y'all want to talk. I appreciate when y'all do that, bro. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace, everybody.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my